What up, boys? Welcome to the Infested Campfire. It's Gaz, and welcome to the Warframe video. So, I am a bit confused today. We have a weapon that seems like it would be absolutely terrible, but for some reason it just starts doing more damage than I think it should be sometimes. So, my question today is the Sporothrix mastery fodder or not? Well, is it? Here we go. We've got the infested sniper rifle, the Sporothrix. It comes from the Tier 3 Isolation Vault. Underground bounties things. And it's MR13 required. It's also, I consider it relatively hard to get. Thankfully, you can buy the parts from other players. So when we look at this bad boy, let's take into account it's a little bit annoying to get. Alright, so we've got 1% critical chance. Starting off on a good foot, right? 3x crit multiplier. Okay, so 1% chance to crit, but it will do triple damage when it does crit. We've got 1.83 fire rate, very slow. 9-round magazine. For that slow fire rate, I guess it makes sense the magazine's that low. Really slow reload at 2.7. Very slow reload. Extremely high stash chance at 53%. So it is a status sniper. Unless you try to force some crits with like an Adarza Kavad or something. Then it's got a delayed explosion. So this thing is going to deal impact, puncture, and slash, with the highest weighting being slash on the impact of the bullet. And once the bullet explodes, it does slash and viral damage in a very small area. As you can see right here, 1.7 range. Very small. So yeah, it's more of a status weapon, unfortunately. A lot more of a status weapon, unfortunately. But the reason I think this thing has some hidden passive that no one's discovered yet, first off, let's look at the description. This long-distance rifle fires a razor-sharp, virus-soaked barb that continues to attack its host before violently erupting into a spore-laden mist. Scoped headshots increase lethality. So, it says when you're zoomed in you do 50% additional headshot damage. I feel like it's doing more damage than it should be sometimes. So this is a build with a Riven. This is basically a fully maxed out build with no crit. So, we get one headshot. It's doing 355. I get another headshot after that. It's doing a lot more. So those numbers just go up and up. My guess, now this is completely not confirmed at all. My guess is once you get the headshot and the explosion of the mist is there, it deals more damage to enemies in the mist. That's my guess. I honestly I don't have an explanation. These damage numbers don't seem normal after the second or third shot. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'll just show you how it works right now. I've got some Steel Path gameplay. I'll show you a Riven build here. It does currently have 0.5 Dispo Rivens. And I do want to call it Mastery Fodder. I really do. It's definitely not worth putting the 5 Forma on this bad boy for what we have right now. And let's just jump around stuff. It has bad projectile travel time as well. This is with the projectile flight speed Exilus mod equipped. So you have to definitely get used to using this thing if you want to use it at longer ranges, especially if the enemy is moving around. So here's the build. This is with the Riven. I mean, I use it with the Riven. So if you don't have a Riven, you could definitely throw on some other stuff in that slot. And if you're going to be going down the crit route, you can do some other stuff as well. You can make a viral situation. But yeah, the way that we have this built, we have viral, corrosive, and heat on the explosion, and the impact of the bullets itself is going to do heat and corrosive. Now we do have a fire rate mod on here just because it is very low fire rate, 3.48 fire rate with vial acceleration. If you want to just go higher damage, or maybe you think the reload speed is terrible like I do, potentially put prime fast hands in that slot and give you 1.7 reload instead. Unfortunately, yeah, it's not great, and that's with terminal velocity. Like I said, let's just show it without terminal velocity. It not only reduces the maximum damage you can hit from, or the damage fall off and all that, but it makes the bullets go slower as well. Alright, so yeah, as you can see right here, you can definitely see the bullets flying if you take that off. If you put that on there, it's much easier to hit these enemies at distance. So yeah. Alright, so I'm going to just show you some gameplay right here. Here's the thing. I think the Komorex just dumpsters this thing, basically. We have a video on the Komorex on the channel. It actually has some respectable crit chance, which is right here. The Komorex has 16% and a 2.1 multiplier. This thing also has built-in viral on the explosion shots. So I think this is just better, personally. I'd say go for the Komorex over the Sporothrix. They're probably comparable, like, to get, honestly, like, stat-wise, or resource-wise. But the Komorex actually can kill high-level enemies in one bullet without having to wait for any follow-up. It is lower damage, to be fair, but the Komorex has some more stuff going for it as well. So, yeah. Alright, let's get some gameplay on the screen here. And I'll also show it... No, before we do that, let's show it with the Adarza giving us 61% crit chance. But yeah, the clip in the mission will actually be showing you with a orange crit cat buff to start it off with, okay? So, additional crit chance, 60% from the Adarza. We're not really putting any crit damage mods in here because... I mean, you don't really normally depend on that, to be fair. Alright, Cat's Eye. I'll be seeing lots of crits. Man, imagine if they had any amount of crit chance at all. It would annihilate like that. So, yes. If only it wasn't 1%. Like, give us 10%, honestly. Like, 1% is not even workable. You have to just basically cheese it. Alright, so let's get into that gameplay. I'm not using the Adarza in this gameplay. And, you know, I don't use the Adarza normally at all. So, yeah, hidden passive or not, I don't think this thing is very good. I think it looks cool. I think it's a cool-looking weapon, and I like the concept of it. It's like a Zocti sniper, basically. That's what I'd call it. But it only has one zoom level. You can't, like, zoom in more. That zoom you see right there is how far it zooms in. It's got terrible Riven stats, but that will probably change in the future because it's not very strong. And, you know, maybe you think this is strong. I just don't think this is worth it at all. This is the Steel Path, to be fair. It is killing Steel Path enemies in, like, 1 or 2 shots, so... You know, that's kind of nice. You might like that. But yeah, the Komorex would be doing this in probably 1 bullet, to be honest. And it would be, like, corrosive and viral as well. So, you know. And the Komorex has decent Riven stats, too. So we'll have to see. I'm going to go ahead and call it not my favorite weapon. It looks really cool. It's got bad fire rate. It's also got an ammo issue, too. If you're going to be using it as, like, your main weapon, it's got an ammo issue. It's a sniper, so it has, like, the hardest to find ammo. I'm not entirely sure what the maximum ammo pool is normally, but, like, yeah, if you're spamming it like this, you're going to run out of ammo. Like, I actually ran out of ammo in this gameplay footage. I don't know if we're going to get that far into the video where I show the me running out of ammo, but trust me, it does happen. But yeah, if you want to run an Adarza with this thing, it might actually be pretty strong. But, I mean, I usually run the Smida. I'll usually run the Saren Volpaphyla. I'll sometimes run some Kubrows if I want to do some mecha shenanigans with, like, a Naros or something. And yeah, that's basically it. I don't run the Adarza anymore. I might run the Adarza when the Corpus Liches come out, just because I doubt they'll drop anything super important, like loot-wise, like resource loot-wise. If they just drop Kuva again, like, I mean, sure, I guess I'll bring the Smida. Just might as well, but, you know, Adarza just to crit chance everything down, I guess, so. Either way, guys, hopefully you found this video helpful. It is definitely, like, I'd say the price is, I think it's like 90 plat for a set of this thing on PC currently. That is a bit high, I'd say. But then again, like, who's really actually farming the Isolation Vaults? So, to be fair, maybe throw them a bone for farming that weapon out for you, because you definitely don't want to. I definitely don't want to. One of the reasons I'm taking so long to make the Arcane video is because, man, those Arcanes are so annoying to farm from those Daimos Arcana Vaults, so... Yep, they'll be coming out, though, I swear. As soon as they make them good. Oh, wait, okay. They'll be coming out. They're not going to be making them good, but, you know, maybe I'm going to show you how terrible they are, because they suck. See you guys next time. Peace.